You're watching the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. It's the middle game of a three-game home stretch for the Abilene Christian Wildcats and maybe their toughest stretch of the entire season. ACU at 2-2 plays host to the California Baptist University Lancers in the WAC at 5-0. As we welcome you courtside here for today's matinee contest, Andy Penny alongside Chris Jarrett. Yeah, again, the Wildcats at 2-2 in Western Athletic Conference play. A tough one on Thursday night against the other league leader in Grand Canyon. Today they get the other half in California Baptist.
It's a tough assignment for the Wildcats. Coming into the Grand Canyon matchup, they had won their last four. Same with the Lancers, winners of their last four contests. So a really difficult stretch to start out this homestand for ACU as they now usher in 2024. You look at the records, Grand Canyon, California Baptist, the last two that the Wildcats play. Not only the WAC, but look what they're doing overall on the season. They roll through the non-conference, and then they're continuing that strong surge into conference play. The Wildcats sitting right in the middle of the pack, and these are the important games, the home games that Julie Goodenough's squad, they have to protect Moody Coliseum.
With a long stretch ahead as well. Hey, Chris, let's look at our impact players. Peyton Hull for the Wildcats, Chloe Webb for the Lancers.
Yeah, let's start first with Peyton Hull, the freshman. She's been thrice the WAC newcomer of the week in the conference, and for good reason. She's come right into this program, and she's lit it up in the points per game column. They use her a lot. 27 minutes off the bench, can shoot it really well from the free throw line as well, a facilitator, and was really carrying most of the load from the perimeter downtown in the Grand Canyon matchup. Knocked down a couple big threes to keep the Wildcats in it.
Chloe Webb with 8 games of 20-plus leads the WAC at that 19.2 points per contest. Chris, I think we're up in for a game that will be up and down the floor. These two teams, similar styles, perimeter-oriented. We're going to see a lot of three-point shots today.
We're going to see a lot of shots, Andy. And for Abilene Christian, they had great looks against Grand Canyon, just didn't go down. They like to be able to roll it back from Thursday to Saturday. They stay in the home gym, need those shots to go down tonight.
Kinsley Barrington in the center circle with Addison Martin. The Lancers in their road blues today. ACU in the home whites. They'll move right to left here in this first half. There's the starting five. It's the typical five for Julie Goodenough. Thornton, Earl, Hull, Martin, and Traeger. Wildcats averaging just shy of 70 points per contest, 69 and a half. Coming off a tough loss here at home to Grand Canyon on Thursday, 64-55. Pass deflected into the backcourt, and right on cue, Chloe Webb, the steal, the transition layup. The first two today go the way of the Lancers, and the leading scorer in the WAC, Chloe Webb.
Yeah, the reigning WAC player of the week as well. You see how she just affects the game, forces the turnover, and runs the floor.
Lancers coming off a win in Stephenville versus Tarleton the other night, 89-59. 30-point win. She'll see the steal here by Chloe Webb. This is a team that loves to get up and down the floor, get in transition, and Chloe Webb the first two today.
Yeah, you might have to be a little bit more diligent on your passing around the perimeter in this matchup afternoon.
This ball on the inside. There's Barrows. Her first shot deflected. Claire Traeger has the loose basketball. Here's the starting five for CBU. Webb, Barrington, Barrows, Calhoun, and Chloe Lemon, the newcomer of the week in the WAC. She's won that award twice here this year. The ball's deflected out on the near side. Cal Baptist at 13-1, 5-0 in the conference. Again, beating Tarleton on Thursday night, 89-59. It's a rotation for Coach Jared Olson. You'll only see 8 players on the floor today in total for the Lancers. 8 on the shot clock. Addison Martin, the entry pass, deflected out of bounds by Barrington. It will stay with the Wildcats with 7 on the shot clock.
Lancers out of the gate doing a great job of disrupting ACU from getting in an early rhythm.
Peyton Hull to inbound. She'll find Thornton. Again, 5 on the clock. Thornton will go to work versus Calhoun. Tough shot, she rattles it home.
And those are big. Andy, the one-on-one matchups are going to be huge in this contest, especially inside. You got to win those matchups, and you're going to have to make some shots with a defender in your face.
Cal Baptist at 76.5 points a game. Take good care of the basketball. They lead the WAC in assist to turnover ratio. Webb misses the three here, top of the key. And now a foul in the open floor, and Webb has her first. Here's a look at Jared Olson in his 12th season at CBU. You see 7 20-plus win seasons. Won career game number 400 earlier this year. Spent time at Florida Southern, College of St. Mary's as well, in year number 12 here for the Lancers.
He's been with them in that transition to the Division I era.
Martin with a touch, back out to Earl. First long shot for the Wildcats comes up long. Barrington can't corral the rebound and will stay with the Wildcats. New shot clock with 20.
Andy, ACU, this team hangs their hat on the second chance points off of O boards. Lancers have to squeeze those rebounds, especially off of misses.
Thornton fouled out on a drive. Calhoun will pick up her first. That was very unique as we look at Julie Goodenough. Also in her 12th season here at ACU, career win number 500 at the end of last year. 220 of those here for the Wildcats. Of course, year number 3 in the WAC for ACU. But yeah, both teams mentioned, both coaches, as we talked to both coaches. There's a foul on the inside by Barrington. Both coaches were quick to talk about rebounding today. Wildcats lead the conference in rebounding.
Well, and we talked about the Wildcats' inability to knock down the looks that they were intending for against Grand Canyon. That, of course, leads to the increased amount of rebounds that are out there to be snatched up, turning them into points.
Thornton on a drive out to Traeger. Claire from 3. Got it. That will be the key today. The deep shot. Claire Traeger's got her first.
Andy, all that too off of a rebound opportunity from Barrington that she couldn't haul in.
Barrington will try to answer. Left it short. Chance to push for the Wildcats. Peyton Hull, the freshman, hits her first in the corner. It's a quick Jared Olsen timeout. And an early Wildcat lead. 2 threes on the last 2 possessions. Claire Traeger the first. Peyton Hull the second. 6-point early lead.
And Andy, it starts right here in transition. You got to do a better job of closing out Peyton Hull because she's comfortable with shooting with a hand in her face. You have to take away all the room. But let's start down here on this other end. With Cal Baptist, it was a quick push down the floor, and the Lancers maybe had the ball on this end of the floor for 5 seconds. They got a quick look inside of Barrington, just didn't get the look that they were hoping for.
Timeout on the floor will take it as well. Wildcats, a hard start. They've got a 6-point lead.
Vegas is back. The best fans, championship basketball, all in exciting Las Vegas. Join us March 13th through the 16th at the Orleans Arena for the 2024 Hercules Tires WAC Basketball Tournament. Don't miss the crowning of a men's and women's champion. For more information, go to wacsports.com/WACVegas.
The world needs more light bringers and courageous leaders who inspire us, game changers and risk takers who never play small, creative thinkers and God seekers who uplift us. You see, the future is ours to create. We hold it in our hearts. We mold it with our hands. We light the fire within.
It's an 8-0 run for the Wildcats. Back-to-back three-pointers. Andy Penny, Chris Jarrett. Chris, let's look at our keys to the game this afternoon for ACU and CBU.
Yeah, and first let's start with California Baptist to share the wealth. They've got scores. They've got to move the ball around in the half-court game. Close out the perimeter is what just led us to the timeout. Got to do a better job of getting a hand up. For Abilene Christian, glass cleaners, baby. They got to rebound the basketball on those looks that they can't knock down in transition D. Force the Lancers into the half-court game.
Chloe Webb, the 2 points for CBU. Came off a steal and a layup in transition. Half-court set here. Barrows, the three-point shot blocked. It was Aspen Thornton, I believe, who had a hand on it. ACU 3 out of 5 from the field to start. 2 of 4 from deep. Peyton Hull, top of the key, works with the basketball. And ACU was just 5 of 22 from deep on Thursday versus Grand Canyon. 7 on the shot clock. Thornton was strong on that 3. Now a whistle.
This ain't good.
And Addison Martin Ankle slow to pop up at the top of the key. I did not see what happened there to Addison trying to work through it. She is holding the left ankle.
Right there, man. Oh,
it looks like she stepped on the foot of Calhoun and turned that ankle. She will get a look here. We'll take another timeout here on the floor as Addison Martin gets a look. Wildcats, early 6-point lead. And back here to Abilene. Addison Martin has made her way to the bench. We'll keep you updated on that ankle turn. Meantime, Cal Baptist has the shot. Chloe Lemon, the freshman, misses her first shot in the corner. Another foul, I believe, here, Chris. Kinsley Barrington just picked up her second.
Yeah, and foul trouble is what had ACU hang around against Grand Canyon as well. The Lopes had to deal with a good amount of shuffling around, and we see Barrington heading to the bench with ACU. Of course, how are you going to be able to manage with this? Welcome in the freshman Meredith Mays, and thrusted right into this ball game here in the first quarter.
Meredith Mays, the freshman. Where's number 14 out of Bixby, Oklahoma? Traeger on the left side. Wildcats work the three-man weave. Pass deflected by Lemon, back into the hands of Earl. Traeger, another three, left corner. Barros on the backside has the rebound. CBU again, 89 points on Thursday at Tarleton. Shot 41 threes in that game, 15 of 41. Haven't found one yet here. Lemon will try left wing. That's off the rim. Earl had the rebound. Barros knocked it out of her hands, but out of bounds.
Andy, these are good looks for Chloe Lemon outside the perimeter. These are shots that she will knock down eventually. If you're Jared Olson and you're encouraging your shooter, you got to just keep making your shots. Right there too, this is where that can lead to difficulties. Is Chloe Webb crashing inside. That penetration, she will make those looks as the game winds on. So Wildcats come out defensively, locked up on a body. Might have to adjust or switch formations on D.
Emily Sewell, the 6'3" junior out of Melbourne, Australia, is checked in. She wears number 20. Also Anaya Tua from Anaheim is checked in. Peyton Hull, a three, right side, no good. Mays, the offensive glass. Contact on the inside. Bodies on the floor. Thornton runs down the loose basketball. Second chance opportunity for the Wildcats. Thornton will try to cash in, and she will. It's a 10-0 run for the Wildcats. They have an 8-point lead halfway through the quarter.
And turn-of-year experienced junior guard Aspen Thornton, kind of in some madness there. She calms it down with a nice mid-range jumper.
Tua with the dribble in the left hand. Shot contested, but Bella Earl the foul. Get a chance to look at Aspen Thornton again. Second chance opportunities today, Chris. An offensive rebound on the hustle play. Aspen checks in, gets the shot up.
And just space. A lot of space right there in that left elbow spot. And then off of a dribble, kind of bought herself a little bit more space to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Here's Anaya Tua, the junior again out of Anaheim, the transfer from Cal State Northridge. She had 11 points on Thursday versus Tarleton. 11.6 rebounds in her 24 minutes on Thursday. 1 of 2 at the line here. Good box out and a rebound for Mays.
Great box out.
Thornton in the paint. Go to Earl on the left side. Three on the way. It's up and good. Third triple here in the first quarter for the Wildcats. They've got a double-digit lead.
And that's huge for Bella Earl, Andy. She shot it 0 for 3 against Grand Canyon.
Webb trying to answer, and she will, top of the key.
There she is, 19 points a game.
Team leading 32nd three for Chloe Webb. She's got 5. That breaks an 0 for 7 field goal string there for the Lancers as well. And Traeger shuffled the feet. That's for the trap.
That's where Webb fills that role. You're going through a drought, you're down 10, and she just takes a really good pass, but maybe not the look or intended, or if they're running a set play, but she's got space, pull that 10 times out of 10.
Sydney White has checked in, the 5'9" freshman for the Lancers, wears number 22, freshman out of Centennial, Colorado. She has it in the left corner. Her first shot of the afternoon rattles out. There's Meredith Mays again playing big. Meredith will play extended minutes. If you're just tuning in, Addison Martin turned an ankle in the first few minutes. check her status. Thornton a 3 on the right side. It's the 4th triple of the quarter.
That was a feeler. That was Aspen Thornton feeling herself and knowing that she's in range and can knock down that shot. She let it fly.
35% from deep. Webb to try to answer. No good. Earl the rebound. See Gracie Wernley also on the floor for the Wildcats, number 22. She's a freshman out of Bixby High School. She and Meredith Mays, high school teammates. Another 3. Bella Earl from 3 and a huge fist bump from Julie Goodenough on the far sideline.
This team is capable, Andy. They can knock down these shots, and when they do, inside Moody, it's a tough combination.
5 for 10 from deep. Webb on a drive. She's got another bucket.
It's been Webb settling things down and keeping her head on her shoulders and knowing that she can wrap around and knock it down. It's going to be a full 4-quarter game, Andy.
I asked Jared Olson about Webb. I said, just tell me about your players. There's another 3, this one an air ball. And he just said, Webb's a baller. She just knows how to score. She's got it again on a drive. To the bucket, contact, shot, good. Whistle and a foul. Chance for a 3-point play.
And just can't allow the wraparound all the way around. If you're ACU, you've got Emma Troxel, the freshman, guarding Webb, the senior experienced guard with contact, and Meredith Mays standing by with help. If you're going to foul, you can't allow a shot to get off right here with 2 bodies on ball.
Webb just able to get around the hip there of Wernley and get to the bucket. And already in double figures, Chloe Webb. She's got 10 of the Lancer 11 here in the quarter. Wildcats in an 8-point lead. 15 of the 19 from behind the arc. Troxel will try to make it 3 more. Emma Troxel's first shot strong. 14 field goal attempts today for the Wildcats, 11 of the 14 from deep. White steps on the far sideline. Turnover back to the Wildcats.
Just the first turnover for the Lancers in this contest, ACU with 2. So that's what we've seen California Baptist do a great job of so far, is limiting their mistakes on that end of the floor.
There's the high school teammates, Wernley and Mays. Wernley's first 3 is left short, out of bounds on the baseline.
So he's feeling a kind of a cool down on this end of the floor from downtown. So might have to now look for other opportunities inside the arc. But again, a team that is capable of getting really hot. So you don't want to totally encourage your team to stop looking from downtown.
Peyton Hull back on the floor. Claire Graham, the 5'9" sophomore, number 23 in for the first time. Tua a 3, right wing, and she's got it. Her 9th 3 of the year. Getting 11 points on Thursday. She's got 4 here in the quarter. 10 for Webb, 4 for Tua.
Just 25% from beyond the arc, but when you're on the road, conference play in a tough environment like this, you need some shots to go down.
Kick basketball here from Webb. Resets the shot clock back to 20.
Andy, the first thing Bella Earl does, she checks out of the game. She goes right over to Addison Martin, checks on her, gives her a hug.
Thornton on the right side with 12 on the shot clock. Claire Graham, her first touch on the offensive side. 5 on the clock. Troxel's gonna have to let it fire. She will from the left elbow. She puts it up and in.
How about that from a freshman?
That's really the first possession where ACU's kind of been in panic mode down as the shot clock winds out. Troxel bails them out with a nice jumper.
Yeah, that can take the wind out of your sails a bit. For California Baptist, that was a good defensive trip down the floor. And with the shot clock dwindling and kind of a forced look here, it goes down for ACU. That's really good to see again from a first comer, a newcomer.
Foul here on Meredith Mays. Her first. Mays will have to be careful foul-wise, just with limited minutes probably for Martin the rest of the way. Webb a 3 in the corner, back iron. Up and down pace, we continue. Calhoun a strip of the basketball into the hands of Graham. Hull into the paint, has it poked away. Troxel runs it down. 10 on the clock again for Troxel. Good look. Mays puts it in from 6.
A little touch, just right in front of the WAC logo. And a nice little floater to go down. Get that size involved inside. Meredith Mays with her first bucket.
Shot clock is off. Final possession of the quarter here for the Lancers. Tua top of the key. Left side and White puts it in. Big shot to end the quarter. A quarter that was dominated by ACU, but a little momentum and breathing there for the Lancers in the final possession. It's been from behind the arc for both teams. Wildcats will take a 6-point lead in quarter number 2.
Is back. The best fans, championship basketball, all in exciting Las Vegas. Join us March 13th through the 16th at the Orleans Arena for the 2024 Hercules Tires WAC Basketball Tournament. Don't miss the crowning of a men's and women's champion. For more information, go to wacsports.com/WACVegas.
The world needs more light bringers and courageous leaders who inspire us, game changers and risk takers who never play small, creative thinkers and God seekers who uplift us. You see, the future is ours to create. We hold it in our hearts. We mold it with our hands. We light the fire within.
And there's a good look at downtown Abilene, Texas. Beautiful Saturday here in the big country. You better enjoy it today. It's about to get pretty chilly all across the country, including here in Abilene. Wildcats, Chris, a 6-point lead after the first 10 minutes. Good quality 10 minutes.
Very good, and we saw some shots go down for ACU as a team. That's what they can do. That's what they can knock down. But what they're hoping to do is iron that out and make that a consistent 4-quarter attack where they can consistently shoot that well from outside. Now, that's tough to do because they just shot at 5 for 13, almost 40% from 3 in the first quarter. But how about 4 for 5 from inside the perimeter, Andy? That's incredible efficiency for a team that was knocking down a lot of threes. They're able to get inside the arc and do it as well.
Only 5 field goal attempts, yeah, from 2-point range. 50% in total at 9 of 18. CBU at 6 of 16. That's 38%. They were 3 for 9 from deep. And that was a big 3 right there at the end of the quarter. White hit her first triple. Lancers have possession as we start quarter number 2. Barrington back on the floor. She has 2 fouls. Handing the basketball in her hands. Tua had a nice first quarter. She's on the drive here. She'll put 2 more on the board.
I really was impressed with the fight from California Baptist, how they were able to persevere in the first quarter and work with that deficit and get it to a manageable amount. Then how about this? They come out in the second quarter and convert on their first trip.
Thornton with 7 points in that first quarter. Good start for her. Traeger, another 3. Left wing, she buried it. Clark Traeger's second from deep. And Traeger on the year, just 5 of 25 from deep.
Correct.
She's got 2 today. Pick and roll to Barrington. Left it off the rim, but she's fouled.
Really nice little screen and slip inside by Barrington. But again, this is where you got to do a better job of off the screen. And with Barrington, the size she has, the assignment on Traeger, she has to come out of that comfort zone and get out there beyond the arc and get a hand up.
Now Traeger with 6. Earl had 6. Thornton again leads the way with 7. Webb with the 10 in the first quarter, and Tua also with 6. Barrington, the southpaw, her first point comes from the free throw line. The senior, 6 foot from Spokane, Washington, the transfer from Southern Utah. 4 consecutive double-figure games for Barrington, who has really carried the load at that 5 position since Grace Schmidt went down. Schmidt, the preseason WAC all-conference selection, but is done for the year. There's Hull into the paint. Too strong on the reverse. Chance to run for the Lancers. White can't make the catch, though, in transition on the outlet pass. Ball touches the sideline.
And that that outlet started so well for California Baptist, and it started with a really good pass from Barrington, and it looked good, but just gotta do a better job of corralling that outlet pass and pushing up the floor.
Wernley on the left side. Not a true 5 in this lineup currently. Traeger and Troxel down on the inside. Traeger will just square up. Left elbow.
That's a hot hand right now, Andy. That's a jumper that goes down from 3, and Barrington was in the neighborhood there. Still got it to go.
Traeger's season high is 9, already with 8 here in the first half. And obviously not the game plan when you probably scout ACU that Claire Traeger's going to be your scoring option, but just square it up, bury it.
Well, and it's just good to turn around and square up to the rim.
Here's Chloe Lemon hard to the bucket. Layup with the right hand, chance for a 3-point play.
And we saw her a couple shots in the first quarter that wouldn't go down from outside. And so what better way to get yourself involved? Just get in there and get in some traffic. And she gets the shot to go down off the glass.
The reigning WAC newcomer of the year, Chloe Lemon. She's won that award twice this year. The freshman from Millard South High School, Omaha, Nebraska. I asked Coach Olson, I said, how did you find her in Omaha, Nebraska? He said, well, she and I went to the same high school, Millard South High School. So pretty easy find for Coach Olson. And it's been big for this Lancer team this year. Oh, leave that 3 short. The Lancers will get it back. Inching back in this thing. It was a double-digit lead for the Wildcats in the first. Back down to 4.
And it's what we were talking about with it's going to have to be for 4 quarters. That's what ACU did a great job in the first half, but the Lopes dominated the third quarter 20-8 outside the locker room. And the Wildcats trying to iron out that consistency to 4 full quarters.
Lemon on a drive. Good help defense. A foul call here on Traeger.
And it obviously looks like a travel right, but the officials here making the call that the contact came first and bumps Lemon off balance as she's trying to come back right there. So that's where the officials see that call, and that's what they're explaining to Claire Traeger right now. Of course, not the crowd favorite, right? But
Chloe Webb back on the floor, as is Felipa Maros. Here comes Kennedy rising for the first time this afternoon, the 5'11 junior. Rapid City, South Dakota. Transfer from Highland Community College. Webb on this right side, a look at a 3. Got another one. Chloe Webb with 13. It's a 1-point game.
she's 5 for 9 from the field. You can see doesn't demand the ball every trip down, Andy. She just kind of hangs back, facilitates.
Hull trying to answer. Too strong. Lemon on a run out, 3-on-3. Calhoun to lead it. Nobody picks her up. It's an easy layup. Lancers have the lead. Julie Goodenhoff needs a timeout. It's an 8-0 run for the Lancers. They've got it 29-28, Abilene. Another look here at Abilene, Texas, campus of ACU. Cal Baptist on an 8-0 run in just a minute's worth of time, Chris. They can do it in a hurry, and well, they've done it here in the last minute.
Well, and one of our keys, Andy, was transition D for Abilene Christian, and look at this, where Calhoun's able to just run the floor. Got to get back, got to at least knock her off rhythm and stop ball, because that's really what's allowed that. I think what we talked about, too, is what the Lancers have been able to do from the field. They cut the three-point shots out. Only Chloe Webb's 3. That's a lone look for them in the opening 2:40 of the second quarter. They're high percentage looks that they're knocking down inside.
Perfect in the second quarter from the field. 4 of 4. 3 of 3 free throws. Outscored ACU 12-5 here in the quarter. 6-point lead for the Wildcats at the end of one has dissipated. And the WAC conference leader, Cal Baptist at 5-0, the 1-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see why, right? You're going to see why they can go on the road away from Riverside and fight in venues like this and be able to deal with the ups and downs of a 40-minute ball game.
Both teams are 40% from 3. CBU 4 of 10, ACU 6 of 15. Troxel in the paint, gets a shot up and good. Big minutes from Troxel and Mays. They'll have to do it. Addison Martin is on the bench, far side, but still has the shoe off. Whistle and a block call here. Chloe Webb finishes at the rim and another chance for three-point play.
Boy.
Troxel thought she had the charge, as did Julie Goodenough. But Webb now again the chance with the and one. $16 now for Webb, half of the Lancers' points.
Now starting to demand your attention a little bit of where on that end of the floor, she's just such a threat.
Thornton trying to answer. Barros the block. Rising steps on the baseline. Thornton trying to politic for a foul as you can see her go down to the floor, but no whistle.
It's a tough conference. These are tough opponents that are coming in-house.
And now Troxel has just picked up her second in 2 possessions. And already team foul number 5, so the rest of the quarter, Lancers will be in the bonus. Barrington makes the first. 8.5 points a game for Barrington on the year, but she has been really hot over the last 4. With Grace Schmidt out of the lineup, she's been in double figures each of the last 4. 2 for 2 at the line. There's Peyton Hall up strong. She'll draw the contact in the foul this time. Barros with the contact.
Jared Olsen wears his thoughts with a smile. This is Peyton Hall going, let's just go inside and see if I can get myself to the stripe. She does just that.
First one rattles home. We talked about Chloe Lemon, 2-time WAC newcomer of the week. You mentioned it in the pregame. Peyton Hall, the 3-time WAC newcomer of the week. That award's been given 9 times this season. 5 of the 9 are here on the floor today. Hall has 3 and Lemon has 2.
You always love to see newcomers, especially on the floor at the same time, where you can see that the upcoming future in the conference is looking really good, or 2 really good and talented young guards.
Barros, nice move to the right, finishes with the layup. Hall thought she was going to go left. She goes right. Nice lane to the bucket. She finishes. Now the turnover. Barros on a run out. 1-on-1 with Rising. Left-handed finish. 6-point lead for the Lancers, their largest this afternoon.
And just like that, it feels like, right? Where it's the Lancers doing a great job of exploiting mistakes and making them hurt.
Rising penetrates, finds Mays. Contact on the backside. Webb has her second foul. Check out this look. Khalifa Barros.
It's tough for Rising, because especially turned around like that.
Great control with the offhand there for Barros. Hole for 3, right lane. She got another. Hole's got 8.
She had the 1-3 go down earlier in the first quarter, had been silent since then, so that's enough maybe to get her back going.
Barros loses the dribble this time. The turnover back to the Wildcats.
Turnover number 3 for the Lancers. Trying to get Barros downhill, see if you can get to the lane. It's a good look, but just dribbled it off her knee.
This one's setting up like the previous 2 in this series, as Rising a little strong. These 2 teams have only played once each of the last 2 years. Last year here in Abilene, Cal Baptist won by 2. 2 years ago in California, CBU won by 6.
Great ball movement.
Front rim this time for Hull.
It's tough to come up empty-handed, where it looked like the Wildcats was really on the same page.
Webb drives baseline, cuts through a double team, missed the layup though. Cut right through Mays and Cole, who came over and helped. Now Rising all by herself, puts it up and in.
Man, this is a battle. This has been a battle so far, with both teams kind of going on their runs, and up and down action continues.
Webb right back the other way, got it! Whistle and a foul. And another opportunity for a three-point play.
There, I think Peyton Hull just might learn that it's better to hang unless she really wore contact. It was tough to see. Webb, of course, a senior guard, has got some good size to her. It's going to be physical on the block for her in a guard-guard matchup inside the paint. But I think it's better to try and hang around, get two hands up, and play some defense there.
Chris, that's a transition bucket out of a make by ACU on the other end. And Chloe Webb, the free throw, she's got 19 here in the first half.
And it's, if you're hanging around from the start of the broadcast, too, you remember that that's what she averages a night. And we just crossed the halfway point in the second quarter.
See Zoe Jackson, number 13, the junior from McKinney, Texas, the transfer from Butler. She'll run the point. Pass deflected, Barros another steal. 2-on-2. She'll take Wernley to the hole, missed the left-handed shot this time. Mays lost it for a second. Wernley will run it down. Three in the corner. Good again.
Look at this run out.
And another one. Transition bucket out of a make.
2 seconds maybe, Andy, to get from the bucket to the other, maybe 3 seconds. That was incredible. You have, even on a make like you're talking about, you have got to get back and turn around and spot the ball.
Lemon's got 5. It's a three-point Lancer lead. Mays a touch. Turnaround shot falls out. To a run out. Lemon ahead of the defense again with a left-handed layup.
This is a track meet. I mean, this is insane how much up and down. You're going to see ACU try and slow the pace here. There's a lot of physicality, a lot that's going uncalled, and it's just two teams playing ball right now. 3 minutes to go before halftime.
We're on pace for triple digits right now. Hull left that one off the rim. Sewell, who's in for Barrington, the rebound. Everybody catching their breath on this half-court set. Lemon, 3, left corner. Unfriendly rim on the long triple. Now the outlet pass to Wernley is too strong. Here's a look at that track meet.
And so that's Meredith Mays to Gracie Wernley, the two high school teammates from Bixby, Oklahoma. Knocked that down. Where's the ball? And it's already through the hoop right there. The relay is just incredibly done by California Baptist to get the ball through the hoop, inbounded again. I think maybe one dribble was taken on the way up the floor.
CBU already with 28 points in this quarter, still 2.5 before the half. It's in the corner, a 3 on the way, too strong by White.
It's a break by ACU. Looked like they were a little out of sync on the defensive end, and speaking of, they tossed it into the California Baptist bench.
Just back-to-back turnovers. Wernley went to make her break. Jackson threw it where she was. Bella Earl back in after a nice breather. Thornton also back in. First time we've also seen Brooke Jessen, the 6'1 senior. She wears number 32.
You notice, too, the rotation with Jared Olson resting Chloe Webb.
Barros misses the 3. Jackson runs down the loose basketball.
It was a nice attempt from Rising. She kind of had to bat it out to Zoe Jackson, who danced on the end line to save it.
Jessen a touch, up and under, left-handed layup. No good, whistled on a foul. Emily Sewell picks up her first.
Great job by Brooke Jessen coming into the ball game too, and just knowing that she's got a one-on-one matchup. She's got the size, put it on the floor and try and get a shot up and see if we get the free throw line, and here she is.
Jessen being called to pick up some big minutes today. Addison Martin going down with the ankle injury early this afternoon. This is only the 7th game that Jessen has been a part of and has not scored a point yet this year. Left the free throws both short. Cal Baptist a 5-point lead for the Lancers. Lemon a spin, too strong. It's a critical minute and a half, I think, here for ACU.
Very big.
They're in the game, no doubt. A chance to squeeze this deficit here in the last few possessions. Jessen going to work again. Finds a cutting Bell to Earl. Nice job by Bell to stay with that play.
Great slip. ACU with 2 bodies at the score table right now, trying to get fresh legs in. But what trend we've seen in this game is just you've got to be able to hang in the up and down.
White in the corner, left that one short. Barrows had it, but poked out of her hands. Under a minute we go before the half.
Julie Goodenough maybe thinking a timeout, just riding it out.
Thornton long on the 3. And a 15-second difference here, game clock, shot clock. Does not matter, limit. Left the layup strong.
They've had a lot of good looks that just haven't gone down. And that's now 0 for their last 6 for California Baptist. 2.5 minutes, Andy, no points.
And a 10-second difference now, game clock, shot clock. Eight on the clock for Earl. Contact out on the open floor to foul on Tua.
How long have Emma Troxel and Meredith Mays been over at the scores table with 19 seconds left? Finally a whistle where the Wildcats can rotate some bodies, and the Lancers looking to do the same here for the final 20 seconds.
Quality minutes for Kennedy Rising and Brooke Jessen. Also for Zoe Jackson, who checks out. Hull back in with Mays and Troxel. Shot clock is off, not the bonus situation yet for the Wildcats, so they can have the final possession. An entertaining first half of basketball. 7 for Thornton. Step back 3, Peyton Hull left it short, and that's how the first half will come to an end. Both teams shooting 47% in the first half. You better grab your inhaler. We got a second half to go. CBU a 3-point lead here at the break.
WAC Vegas is back. The best fans, championship basketball, all in exciting Las Vegas. Join us March 13th through the 16th at the Orleans Arena for the 2024 Hercules Tires WAC Basketball Tournament. Don't miss the crowning of a men's and women's champion. For more information, go to wacsports.com/WACVegas.
Our early leaders sought a new campus on which to build a better future. Surely they could not have imagined how much their vision would grow. Today, Abilene Christian is recognized in national benchmarks for student success outcomes, research productivity, and athletic accomplishments. As we embark on next steps, we are uniquely poised to become one of the nation's premier Christian universities. We invite you to join us. We will climb higher together.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antone. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
And welcome back here to Abilene Christian University. We get ready to start the second half. Andy Penny alongside Chris Jarrett. 45-42, CBU the 3-point lead. Chris, did you catch your breath during halftime?
Oh,
man, what a great first half.
Yeah, a lot of up and down, and the teams were really, I mean, that's what we saw. That's what we were really going to expect, was Abilene Christian trying to go in transition, get some kickouts, and knock down some threes. We saw that. We were trying to see California Baptist, how they would pace off of makes, run the floor, and we definitely saw that. Let's revisit our keys to the game, Andy, when we look at it. What we were seeing by both of these teams kind of playing out. Share the wealth. With Webb for California Baptist, she's pacing the way, but involving their other scorers as well. How true is close out the perimeter? Definitely think that they harped on that in the locker room in between halves there. For ACU, the rebounding battle has been there as well. And then transition D, I think that's the biggest takeaway from this first half.
13 fast break points for Cal Baptist, and they did it a few different ways. They did it, one, out of steals getting up the floor, but also they did it, two, out of made baskets by ACU. They were up and down the floor in a hurry.
Yeah, and that's just what makes them so effective, is off of makes. You have to get back, and even seeing some of these replays, you're seeing that the Wildcats having to pace the floor and run it as well off of makes to get back and try and limit the looks on the other end.
For ACU, 8 for 21 from 3. You're seeing a few of those. Claire Traeger, a nice first half. She hit 2 of those. Peyton Hull had 2 threes. Bella Earl had 2 threes, all of them with 8 points. Aspen Thornton also with 7 there in that first half as well. So the Wildcats balanced scoring. Nobody in double figures yet, but balanced scoring all the way through for the Wildcats. Again, as you heard, Chloe Webb with 19 points there in the first half. Cal Baptist shot 47%, ACU at 46%. 3 for Peyton Hull to start the second half. Ends up short. Addison Martin is still in uniform on the Wildcat bench, but she came out with just one shoe on. Her left ankle turned there in the first quarter. She only played 3.5 minutes before she turned the ankle. Very doubtful to return today. Webb will try to get things started for the Lancers in the second half. She'll leave the 3 up the left wing. A little short.
She definitely had an impact in the second quarter, but spent a good amount of time staying well rested on the bench. 3 for 4 from the field in the second quarter for Webb, and knocked down her lone drive from 3.
ACU's largest lead in the first half was 13. As Thornton strong to the rim, she'll shoot some free throws. ACU had a 13-point lead in the first quarter. Cal Baptist came back, took the lead. They led by as many as 6 there in the first half.
I think, too, Andy, right here is what ACU is going to try to do a lot more of in the second half, is get to the stripe. 9 for 10 for CBU in the first half.
Thornton at the line, hits the first.
ACU was just 2 for 4 from the stripe in the first 2 quarters. Got to bump those up.
Thornton had 15 on Thursday versus Grand Canyon. He hits both here. He's got 9, now leads the way, and again, balanced scoring for the Wildcats. Chloe Lemon, a nice first half. She had 7 at the break. Barros on a drive. Tries to take Traeger to the rim. Too strong on the layup. And we mentioned one bad quarter versus Grand Canyon on Thursday, a quarter that Grand Canyon outscored ACU by 12. It's an offensive foul call here on Troxel. I believe that's her 3rd. But one bad quarter, a 12-point deficit in that 3rd quarter. The final spread was only 9, but 12 of that in that 3rd quarter.
Correct.
Similar here as CBU outscores the Wildcats by 9 there in quarter number 2. But here's ACU right on the door, 1-point spread.
It shows how big that first quarter was, too, where the Wildcats were able to build that lead.
Barros in the corner, too strong on the 3. Bella Earl up strong. Team leader in rebounds, 7.9.
25-18 advantage ACU in the rebounding column.
Ball on the right side to Earl, look at a 3, got it!
Quick off of the screen and a little slip, too. Who are you going to guard? Peyton Hull, Bella Earl, both can shoot it from 3.
Lemon try to answer, left corner, rolls around, no good. Barros runs down a second opportunity.
We were talking, Andy, during halftime that for Lemon, the freshman, one of those 3s will go down.
Calhoun strong with the left hand, too strong. Barros, another offensive rebound. 3rd opportunity on this possession. Barrington from 3, she's got it.
That's her first shot from the field to go down. She had 4 points, but they were all from the stripe. They need Barrington to get hot from the field. Only try and hold this lead.
Only 27% from 3, but hits her first one today. Traeger to try to answer. Front rim, no good. Webb touches it last on its way out.
CBU had just 2 offensive boards prior to this trip. They doubled that on this trip down the floor, and it ends with a big Barrington 3. She now has 7.
Kennedy Rising checks in for Troxel. Again, Troxel with 3 personals. So extended minutes here with Addison Martin out of the lineup. Traeger top of the key, 12 on the shot clock. Thornton directs traffic, wants a screen. Whistle, and I believe Barrington a foul. Got the mismatch out on the top of the key, Thornton and Barrington. That's her 3rd.
And that's really tough. Really good communication by Barrington through that entire trip. And those are the ones, Jared Olson, that will drive you nuts. 3 seconds, Andy, on the shot clock, and Thornton looking like she's likely going to have to go downhill and force something up. And a whistle bails him out.
Traeger with a touch. Webb let her go. Traeger finishes at the rim. Traeger's got a new season high. That's 10.
And that's Traeger, that's listed as a guard, Andy, but definitely doesn't play like a sole guard.
Now a reach-in foul from the backside. Thornton pokes the ball away from Webb and called for a foul. Big minutes today, Claire Traeger.
Just puts it on the floor, and Webb tried to poke it around right there, but good ball control from Traeger, able to get it to go down.
So Earl with 11, Traeger with 10, Thornton with 9, Hull with 8. Finds Barrington. 8 on the shot clock. Barros on a drive. Pick and roll with Barrington. The left hand shot up and good. Coach Olson talked about Barrington. She's playing the 5 again with Schmidt out, but really a natural 4 position. Well, he said it depends on who you ask. He would call her a 4, Barrington would call herself a 4. Olson looks at her at a 5, but called her the best ball handling 5 in the WAC. So far, that's proven true today. Traeger with 5 on the shot clock. Webb will lead the break, 3-on-2. Calhoun on the left side. Entry pass to Barros. Off the glass.
Really good. Really good transition. I think that the Lancers got away with one on the far end where it looked like Webb had 2 hands on Traeger, but a great job to run the floor and finish the job on the other end.
CBU has led the majority of this second half. Rising misses. Earl an offensive rebound. Webb fouls it. Get another look at this nice pass on the inside. Barros, nice finish again at the rim.
The pass, too, the extra pass inside, and then a little hesitation from Barros, knowing she's likely going to get some pressure again. That comes from behind her. She doesn't see that. She just kind of sits there and hangs, and all of a sudden, 2 players are coming over top the shoulders with that with the arms out.
Troxel, a quick breather right back in. And she and Barrington both with 3 fouls. Play each other. Hull on a drive with the left hand. Contact, no whistle. Barrington the rebound.
It's been a tough one for Peyton Hull, Andy. Just 2 for 10 from the field, and those 2 shots have come down from downtown. So trying to get inside, they're just not going in.
Here's Webb on a drive. Her first 2 of the second half.
Just slicing through, just slowly, patiently dribbling through the defense. And that is such a tough assignment to try and stop someone like that is capable of doing that.
Her WAC leading 9th game of 20 plus. She's got 21. Earl with contact. Barrington just picked up her 4th. Timeout on the floor. CBU hanging on to a small lead here. They lead by 5 here at the break. And welcome back here to Abilene. We welcome the students back to Abilene here this coming week. The spring semester gets underway here at ACU. California Baptist a 5-point lead here. 4:43 left third quarter. Andy Penny alongside Chris Jared. Jared, glad you're with us today for WAC basketball here on ESPN+. The timeout, it's Bella Earl at the free throw line. Points in the paint all the way of CBU today, 30-12 in that category. ACU 9 of 25 from deep today, 36%.
There's those 2 points that were just left on the board from the missed free throw attempts. And some size inside and a tandem of freshmen.
Tua on a drive, misses. Webb an offensive rebound. 3 from Barros, no good, but a third opportunity on the possession. Webb, great pass across the paint, and the finish from Emily Sewell.
Twice this third quarter, California Baptist with a third opportunity on that end of the floor. They cashed in on a 3 earlier, and right there, what felt like an easy 2 inside.
Backdoor opportunity here, knocked away into the hands of Lemon. 2-on-3 in transition, she's going. Shot blocked for a foul call. Chloe Lemon on her way to the free throw line. Check out this pass. Chloe Webb.
And 5 in for ACU there, 4 there, but you're seeing just shot going up and gotta find a body and screen.
Foul on Meredith Mays. Her second. Lemon at the line. 78% from the charity stripe. Chloe Lemon.
Number 13, Zoe Jackson.
So now ACU with Troxel heading out, and you bring in Zoe Jackson, kind of downsizing where it looks like you've got Jackson, Thornton, and Pohl, and then some size in Earl and Mays inside.
It's the largest lead of the afternoon for the Lancers at 7. Earl works on Webb. Thornton for 3. Got it.
Thornton for 3. A lot of threes that have gone down, and it's what has continued to keep Abilene Christian in this contest is their ability to knock down perimeter shots.
Their 10th triple today. Lemon contact with a charge taken. It's Thornton. Makes the 3 on one end, takes the charge on the other.
It's the definition of a game changer. If you can do this and knock down a 3, and for Thornton, that's now 12 with a pair of triples knocked down in this game. And then she's able to size where she's at on the floor, stand her ground, and know that a charge is coming, and able to stand there and take it.
Lemon's first foul, but she does check out. Sydney White back on the floor. Earl, 3 on the right side, rattles out. Webb the rebound. Webb in a hurry to Barros, too strong. And another offensive rebound for Barros. Tua trying to take advantage, can't do it. Hall will push, she's by herself.
No numbers.
She will draw contact to get to the free throw line.
Hey, I mean, you can't fight that, even if no numbers. Where it really hurts is if you come away empty-handed from that in transition, but just knowing Peyton Hull is trying to get herself, or keep herself, should say, involved in this contest with 8 points. Only 2 for 11 from the field, but she's got 1 trip for the stripe tonight. She made them both.
The scorer's gonna score. That's Peyton Hull. She's one up 15.2 a game. The only player in the WAC that has 2 30-point games this year. She did it back-to-back games. 34 versus Navy, 31 versus UT Arlington. Empty trip at the line this time. Still a 4-point spread for the Lancers. Sewell from the free throw line. Another long offensive rebound. White another look at a 3. Front rim. Thornton will push. No call here. Calhoun a run out. Numbers for the Lancers. Calhoun, the floating shot too strong. Really surprised Webb gave that basketball up.
Correct. Me too, Andy. Running the floor, thought, not that Calhoun's not capable, definitely capable, but right there, knowing that Hull's on her. Webb is definitely one that racks up the assists as well. She entered today, should say, with over 40 on the season. But trying to be a facilitator and keep everyone else involved. Calhoun had a good look, just didn't hit it.
Then the foul on Earl on the defensive rebound. It's bonus for the rest of the quarter. Earl on the line, junior out of Denton Geyer High School here in the Metroplex. Only one of 3 players that has multiple triple-doubles this year. 2 for 2 at the line. Back to a 1-possession game.
Bella Earl now with 13 on the game and leads the Wildcats on the floor at the moment. Free throw is going to be huge. ACU just 6 for 12.
Calhoun left another shot long. Sewell taps it out of bounds.
It's a team in the Wildcats, Andy, that they shoot 70% from the stripe. And so 6 for 12 with Bella Earl splitting a pair. And now Peyton Hull, who's a really good free throw shooter, 2 for 4 on the day as well. Those are surprising figures, and you need the free throws right now.
Mays on the inside of the left-hander. We got a tie basketball game.
That's a really good finish on Sewell, who was there. She was in position to try and affect the shot. Mays just hit it.
Mays has 6. Tua to try to answer, and she will. Stops the 7-0 run by the Wildcats.
Thornton did her job of closing the door, stood in to try and take a charge. That was a really good move by Tua.
Tua's got 8. Burnley in the corner, gives to Earl. 10 on the shot clock. Backdoor cut to Jackson.
That's a great look for Bella Earl. Saw Jackson out top and put the ball there before Jackson was even in the spot. She stood right in, came all the way down the left side of the lane and finished.
Webb will try to answer it. She will, but lost the ball in her hands on the way to the bucket. Corralled it enough, threw it up on the glass, and got the nice friendly touch. She's got 23. Thornton eyed a 3-point shot, didn't take it. Earl on the left side. Entry pass to Mays again. 10 on the shot clock. Bella hard to the bucket. Mays an offensive rebound. Free throws coming for the Wildcats.
Man, look at how fired up Julie Goodenough is. And knowing coming into this season that the size of Meredith Mays was all the reason to go after the freshman from Bixby. And that's the reason why right there, just the positioning inside, able to scoop up the missed shot and draw the contact.
6 points, 6 rebounds. Big minutes today without Addison Martin. First free throw is good. Season high, career high for the freshman, 7 points. And again, a chance to give us our 4th tie today. And she does.
For Meredith Mays, 6 boards, 3 offensive, 3 defensive.
Game clock, shot clock, about a 2-second difference. CBU can really hold for the final shot if they want to. And it looks like Tua will do that. Coach Olson gives out the offensive set. 10 on the clock. Webb one-on-one with Burnley. Calhoun, too strong. Rebound tapped out. Tua at the buzzer will give it to Webb, who scores off the glass. CBU, Chloe Webb will take a 2-point lead to our final 10 minutes. We've got a good one here in Abilene. Well, the storyline of the third quarter, I felt like, Chris, was second chance opportunities for Cal Baptist. They get one right at the end of the quarter as Chloe Webb beats the horn, and CBU a 2-point lead as we go to the 4th.
And second chance points have been big, but points in the paint have been huge. California Baptist, Andy, just made their 19th look inside the paint to ACU's 9 shots to go in from the painted area. So that's definitely something we've been seeing. We were looking at free throws too. ACU was just 2 for 4 from the stripe in the first half. They were 6 for 10 as a team in the third quarter.
Hey, don't forget, you can see the Julie Goodenough show on Wednesdays. Premieres every Wednesday. You can get a behind-the-scenes look at the Wildcats, what has been and what is to come. It's with the head coach of ACU, the Julie Goodenough show, live and archived on ESPN+. ACU is 10 for 27 from deep, 37%. CBU is 5 of 22.
The Lancers took 22 shots from the field in that third quarter.
Majority of those, again, second chance opportunities. Barrington back on the floor. She has 4 fouls. Lemon also back in. She'll drive to the bucket with the left hand. Contact here and a Traeger foul. And I believe Traeger just picked up her 3rd. No real foul trouble for ACU. Traeger, the first Wildcat. Check that, Traeger and Troxel both with 3. 4 on Barrington, 3 on Webb for the Lancers. Lemon misses at the charity stripe.
Her first miss tonight was 3 for 3 from the stripe. And you can see the motion and the rhythm. It's all muscle memory for Lemon at the stripe.
Become the second Lancer in double figures, and she will with the second. She's got 10. Webb has 25. Earl leads the way for ACU with 13. Thornton has 12. Traeger has 10. Meredith Mays working again on a new career high with 8. Thornton from 3. Got it!
Inside out to perfection. Just get it to Mays. She got rid of it immediately, and Aspen Thornton wasted no time letting that fly.
Her 3rd triple today. She's got 15. Tua works the pick and roll with Barrington. Too strong. What Barrington wanted to call there on Mays, didn't get it. Hole with the basketball. Turnaround jump shot from 8. Boy, left it short. Tua, 2 on 3. All the way to the rim. She's fouled. Another look here at Aspen Thornton. Her 3rd triple this afternoon. Again with 15 points today.
That was just done so well. The spacing inside, and it's been a lot of 3-point shots for ACU. They're 11th of the matchup that has hung them around. The Lancers on the road.
Tua with 8 points at the stripe. Make that 9. Average is 6.8, so she's above her average this afternoon.
And she's lived this matchup under the radar.
2 for 2 at the line.
To now put her at 10 points as well. 6 boards for her and 4 assists. So just, again, doing the dirty work to keep her team in good shape.
Her 5th double-figure game of the season. Lancers by 2. Thornton works with Mays. Aspen now by herself. Pass loose at the half-court line. Traeger's got it with 5 on the clock. Fire from deep, and it's an air ball. Shot clock violation.
And those are the possessions for Abilene Christian you really have to avoid. You want to try and hang around. It's a long 8:20 to go in this matchup. Empty trips are going to be tough to be able to manage down the stretch.
Chloe Webb on the bench currently for the Lancers, getting that final breather before the last stretch. Bella Earl just checked back in for ACU for Claire Traeger. Tua with the right hand, too strong. Mays now with 7 rebounds to go with her 8 points. Thornton another triple. Mays foul again on the backside. And now second chance opportunities for the Wildcats. Peyton Hull the offensive rebound.
This was a real opportunity for Mays to be able to make this with contact. Left it just short. Mays, a solid free throw shooter back at the stripe.
Meredith, one who fought through an injury last year, missed her senior year of high school. Torn ACL and recovery through that. Where's that knee brace on the left knee? She's got 1 of 2 at the line. She's got 9. 1 point California Baptist lead. Tua with a screen coming left. Barrington, a second look at a 3. Off the rim this time. Made her last one. Wildcats a chance to take the lead here.
And you're seeing how good on the other end California Baptist is at weaving and the one-on-one guard matchups inside, and the kick out looking for open threes. Shot just didn't go.
Back to Mays. Too strong this time. Calhoun leads the break. Lemon a three in that corner. Rattles out again. Barrington an offensive rebound. Thornton on a run out. She's fouled.
And that's Lemon's third. You've got Barrington on the floor for California Baptist playing with 4 with 7 minutes to go. Now Webb will check back in the ballgame, Andy. She's in foul trouble as well. Fouls and free throws are going to come down to it. It's going to be the difference in this ballgame. And with the Lancers in front by a point and ACU 9 for 16 at the stripe, it's already the difference.
We talk about this Lancer team just runs an 8-player rotation. A little foul trouble here. Earl will create the 4th foul on Lemon. A little hand check out by the elbow. So now Lemon with 4.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time left. If there's 3 minutes, you know, you're kind of letting them go, and it looks like regardless.
Inbounds to Earl. 3 in the corner. Good. The 12th triple today by the Wildcats. Webb to answer. Wildcats are run out. Wortley gets it up on the glass, but up underneath. Now the Lancers a chance to run. Barrows draws contact and a block call here on Thornton.
And that was a really good defensive sequence and a good sequence overall for Earl to knock down the 3. Andy now 4 for 6 from downtown.
Great look at it there from our ACU TV crew. The isolation shot of Earl coming off the screen. Barrows the free throw. CBU really struggling from 3 today, 5 of 24. But I did see earlier this year they beat Pepperdine. In a game they shot 2 for 25 from deep. So,
but supplementing, Andy, they're, as a team, they're now 16 for 18 from the free throw line to ACU's 9 for 16. That is right now, it's really the toughest difference from ACU's perspective of things that could be improved, and that could be the difference in this matchup.
Squared up at 69 with 6:15 to go. Thornton wide open look. Barrows closing in on double-digit rebounds. He's got 9. 8 points, 9 rebounds. Lemon in isolation. No good, it's a charge. Chloe Lemon's afternoon has just come to an end on foul number 5.
Boy, and she picked up 3 in maybe the last 2 minutes. She was in great shape with foul trouble and was just a good threat for California Baptist on the floor. Despite being 3 for 10 from the field, she had gotten to the line a lot, and she had been a threat that you have to respect from the perimeter. But it's going to come to a close, and it's overall a tough day for the freshman where she goes 0 for 5 from the field, and again, just 30% from the field.
Did get to 10 points, her 6th consecutive double-figure outing. Again, 0 for 5 from 3 today for Lemon.
You can't check who this is on. I mean, it's the charge.
it was a charge. Yeah. They're trying to say, trying to potentially get this changed. The officials are going to take a look. I'm not exactly sure what there is to look at here. Lemon on an isolation drive with the right hand. Maybe just to see if the feet on the charge were outside the restricted area. That could be it, but I'm pretty sure Earl was outside the circle as she was.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Text Harbin to 71855 to receive a link to enter or win a chance to be in the best.
Bella Earl leads the way, 16 points. Aspen Thornton 15. Claire Traeger with 10. Here's another look.
Your Wildcats return to Moody Coliseum on Saturday, January 20th as they host the UT Arlington Mavericks.
Chloe Webb with 25, and Chloe Lemon has 10.
Don't miss out on all the
Anaya Tua with 10 as well, so each team with 3 in double figures.
Open at 2 o'clock p.m. and tip off is set for 3 o'clock p.m. For more game information or to purchase tickets, visit acusports.com.
So we just heard from the officials. I think the first report to the table was number 3, blue number 3. Now Bella Earl wears white number 3.
Right.
I think they called it a charge, but their initial call was number 3.
Yeah, so they're not seeing if the foul stands or not. It was to assign it on who it was supposed to be on. And then I think they said that initially it was on Kinsley Barrington for California Baptist, who wears 3, which would have been her 5th. But instead it was on Chloe Lemon, who was really the one that had the charge, which is her 5th as well. So I don't know how it got called on Barrington, but it was nonetheless. But I think it's going to be on Lemon, is what they just said, and it's going to disqualify.
Hey, here's a look at ACU's upcoming schedule. This is the second of a 3-game homestand. Back at home on Thursday versus Tarleton, and then on the road for 4 in a row. It'll be a tough stretch here for the end of January for the Wildcats, right in the middle of the mix in Western Athletic Conference play. For CBU, this was a tough trip at Tarleton and at ACU. They return home for a stretch next week. 2 winnable games, Southern Utah and RGV, and then a big one with SFA coming up on January 27th.
Yeah, and Jared Olson would love to be able to head back to Riverside with a 5-game win streak. Get back home inside your home gym and get back on your own schedule and be winners of your last 5. But it's going to be their toughest test so far, and that 5-0 in WAC play you see at the bottom of your screen is in jeopardy in Abilene.
Cal Baptist at 5-0, Grand Canyon at 5-0. Stephen F is at 4-1. UT Arlington, boy, they're playing well. They've won 6 in a row. They're 3-2 in conference. They lost those 2 early conference games in late November. But they've now won 6 in a row overall, 3-2 in the WAC. Travel here on Thornton. Shuffled the pivot foot on the spin move.
And it's just the awkwardness of picking your dribble up and coming to a stop there, because you look at the feet, not really, but it's just that hesitation that the officials see, and that's what leads to the travel call.
Nene Calhoun replaces Lemon, who fouled out. Calhoun not the scoring threat that Lemon is. Webb on a drive, a lot of contact, block call on Claire Graham for the Wildcats. That's tough. It's only team foul number 4, so no free throws yet, not the bonus.
But both teams will be shooting rest of the way.
Lancers to inbound on the baseline. Barrington with the left-handed dribble, and the left-handed shot too strong. Barros, a double-digit rebound performance. There's rebound number 10. Whistle though here and an offensive foul. And if it's on Barrington, she was fouled out as well.
Man. What a ball game it's been. I mean, we've been treated to a really good contest between these two. It's 5:23 to go in this final frame.
It is on Barrington, that's her 5th. Man, so she and Lemon both out. Again, an 8-player rotation is down to 6 for the Lancers for the last 5:15. Bella Earl a double-double now, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Troxel pass deflected, Earl able to corral it. 13 on the shot clock. Troxel from the free throw line. Whistle, late whistle, as the rebound was poked out of Webb's hands. And a call against the Wildcats.
Emma Troxel takes a shot that's just a little bit beyond the free throw line. It's from an awkward spot, and then has to chase her own miss and climbs over the back of Webb. It was a late whistle, but it was there, and it's a tough one to give up.
Now in the bonus situation, Chloe Webb at the charity stripe. It's been a much quieter, more quiet second half. Webb had 19 at the break. She has 25 now for the contest. And I would think every offensive possession from here on out works through Chloe Webb.
Haven't seen that yet today. It's 3 for 3 prior to this trip, but you're absolutely right.
Got the back half. Lancers a 1-point lead. 6 ties, 10 lead changes this afternoon. Nothing decided with 5 left. Earl on a drive and a kick. In the corner, Bellin for 3. Barros on a run out. She's got Webb with Hull. Webb up strong off the glass.
Unreal.
28 for the senior. And Julie Goodenough timeout. Chloe Webb, coast to coast in transition. Lancers, 3-point lead as we go under the 5-minute break. Under 5 minutes we go. The final stretch. CBU and Chloe Webb, 3-point lead. Chloe Webb with 28 to lead all scores. Leading score in the WAC at 19.2 has blown that out of the water this afternoon. Her 9th game this year of 20-plus points. And a 3-point lead for the visitor.
And she's been doing a lot to preserve this lead and continue to keep California Baptist just out of reach of Abilene Christian. And you see it's a 3-point match here with 4:25 to go. Andy, definitely in the possibility for ACU. They knocked down a 3-point shot. It's a tie game, but the Wildcats had a little bit of a drought going from the field as of late.
Wildcats have not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. 0 for their last 4. 1 for their last 8 from the field.
Yeah, that's the tough one, especially here in the 4th quarter. They've been getting the free throws to go down a little bit, but need some rhythm on this end of the floor.
Ball on the left side. Earl with a drive. Claire Graham a 3, right wing. The 13th make from deep for the Wildcats today. We're tied at 72. Who will be the second scoring option with Webb in this set? Webb's got it. Floating shot from 8. Meredith Mays up strong for a rebound, and Chloe Webb just picked up her 4th.
And that's a big gamble for Chloe Webb right there, knowing that if she can try to get hands on this. But you talked about a big 3, and it comes from Claire Graham, who had shot just 29% from 3 this season. And a very unlikely name, but a huge shot to go down for ACU to tie this match up.
And Meredith Mays at the line, chance to give the Wildcats the lead. Career game today for Meredith, 9 points, 8 rebounds. In the absence of Addison Martin, who went down in the first 5 minutes today with the turned ankle. You can see Martin on the Wildcat bench. Foot propped up, 0 for 2 at the stripe. Long rebound, tapped out to Graham. Hole for 3, right corner. Calhoun the rebound. So Webb now with 4 fouls. She'll have to be careful on any dribble penetration to the bucket.
Very.
Coach Olson calling out the set. 2 on the left side. The Sewell for 3. Well strong. That's the shot you want if you're the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's an unlikely 3, and then an easy rebound on the far end and a chance to set something up.
Hall, 3, left side, short. Long rebound to Earl. Great pass to Mays. Wildcats lead with 3 minutes left.
Double digits for the freshman Meredith Mays, who's had to step in for the absence of Addison Martin, who goes down in the first quarter. This game's been special.
The 4th Wildcat to get there. Sewell top of the key to Barros. 3 from the right side, well strong. Bodies on the floor.
Look at the fight. Look at the fight by both these teams right now. They want it.
Possession arrow faces the Wildcats.
Man, you love that. Just a loose ball and bodies diving on the floor with both of these teams knowing it's getting down to the wire.
ACU a chance to knock off the WAC leader. They've got 2.5 minutes. CBU trying to stay undefeated in conference play. Hull with a drive against Webb with 4 fouls. 12 on the shot clock. Thornton with a drive. Back to Mays. Can she do it from deep? Left it short. Gets her own rebound. New shot clock. Thornton a touch on the inside. Blocked by Calhoun. Shot clock did not reset. Hands all over the place and a jump ball call. Letting them play here in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But Chloe Webb really fortunate there. She didn't pick up foul number 5.
Didn't really see a lot of ball-on-ball contact, but you continue to play on here. It's not really been, it's not a surprise at this point in the contest. There's been so much contact and a lot of physicality in this game between these two teams. So now both teams can talk things over and huddle up as got a little bit of a break. And officials at the monitor, Andy, so I'm not really too sure what's going on with what they're looking at. But we'll see.
Yeah, not fully sure what they're looking at here. I thought it was just a battle for possession. They called it jump ball. I don't think you can review a foul there. But nonetheless, here we are, 74-72, less than 2 minutes to go.
It's been such a good game.
Yep.
This game's been awesome. We've seen a lot of really good scores and the storylines in this game as well. Abilene Christian, a team that really played well against Grand Canyon on Thursday night, just didn't knock down their shots. Well, you're seeing now what they can do and how strong of an opponent they can be when they make those shots. We've been incredibly impressed by Chloe Webb, what she's been able to do and just dominate a game and take things over. But what a matchup, a 2-point lead for the Wildcats and a really big spot in the game.
We will see the depth of these two rosters here over the course of the next 2 minutes. Just to reset for you, Addison Martin out with the ankle injury for the Wildcats. On the other side for the Lancers, Chloe Lemon has fouled out. Kinsley Barrington has also fouled out. Just an 8-player rotation for the Lancers. 2 have already fouled out. Chloe Webb also has 4 fouls. Emma Troxel for the Wildcats has 4 fouls.
So they did review and reviewed it to confirm a jump ball, Andy. So it looked like they were just at the monitor, and I don't really know if you can overturn a jump ball and come out of a review and call a foul. But that's what we were just told, was that after review it's a tie possession and it belongs to the Lancers. Here we go.
Look for Lemon, or check that Webb to get a touch, and she's got it. Spin move in the paint, has it knocked out of her hands. Shot clock did not reset. Calhoun a 3. Graham's got the loose basketball. Thornton on a run out. 1-on-1 with Calhoun. Earl fouled on the putback.
Aspen Thornton running with numbers, decides to keep it herself and go up. Definitely drew contact, but then it's Bella Earl, a really good dribble, knowing where she's at on the floor, and is just able to put it on the floor, get to a better spot, and get a shot up.
Earl a double-double. There's point 17 to go with 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Don't think she'll get to triple-double status today. She's done it twice this year. It's a 2-possession lead with 1:25 left. See how much defensive attention Webb gets here.
Lancers had a really good look last time down, just nothing would go down.
Barrows top of the key. Still with the dribble, 13 on the shot clock. Barrows strong to the rim, got it off the glass and good.
That ends a drought of 0 for 5 from the field for the Lancers and puts an end to a 7-0 Wildcat run.
It's a double-double for Barrows today, 10 points, 11 rebounds. Under a minute we go. 15 on the shot clock. Troxel a touch, has it poked away. It's loose into the hands of Thornton. 8 on the clock. Hull with a drive. Too strong. Lancers a chance to tie or take the lead. Webb on a drive. We're tied in Abilene.
Just like that. A wild trip down on the other end of the floor where ACU comes away with nothing, and it's transition. It's running the floor, put it in the hands of your playmaker, and that's the result.
It's a new career high for the reigning WAC Player of the Week, Chloe Webb. She's got 30 today at Abilene. Shot clock is off with 28.5 left and a 76 tie. So Julie Goodenough can draw up a final play here, a shot at the buzzer.
It sounds crazy, but there's an opportunity where Jared Olson tests the free throw ability of the Wildcats. They've shot it 11 for 20 from the stripe today, and definitely would be a wild card to try and see if they can get the ball back in their hands and with time to do so. But you likely think that the main course of action here is just playing basketball and trying to see if you could get something to go down or at least force a tough shot from ACU on this end of the floor.
Small adjustment of the clock from 28.5 to 28.7 really doesn't affect this last possession. Both teams are in the bonus. Possession arrow does face the Wildcats. Webb with 30 today, Barrows with 10, Tua with 10, Lemon with 10, 4 in double figures for the Lancers. Earl leads the way with 18, Thornton has 15, Mays 11, and Traeger 10. Wildcats are back on the home floor. You can see on Thursday night they'll play host to Tarleton. The in-state rivalry, 6 o'clock here on ESPN+.
And then it's anchors away pretty much for a tough road trip, 4 consecutive that are going to be coming on the road. So you're seeing why these matchups at home are so important. Feel like the Wildcats, of course, they want to close this one out with a win, see if they can end what would be a 3-game homestand, a really tough one at that. In the positive, 2-1, that'd be the best case scenario at this point.
All right, Chris, what's the conversation here in this huddle we're looking at?
Well, you're drawing up what you'd like to do, of course, on this end, and you've got to think if you're ACU, you try and get inside and see if you can get someone a good look. I've been really impressed with how the Wildcats have had the extra pass in the second half and moved the ball inside the paint from good penetration. But what you do have to do, Andy, here is you have to get a respectable look and a good shot up. And what that means is you can't allow California Baptist to bump you out of rhythm, and you've got to be intentional with your passes. We've seen some of these turnovers come from just telegraph passes and looking at where the ball is going to go. And the Lancers have done a great job of getting a hand in the passing lane today.
Shot clock is off. Wildcats have the final possession. Thornton will dribble it down. Lancers will allow them to take the final shot. We've been tied 8 times, 11 lead changes. Wildcats here at the buzzer. Graham to Hull with 3. Payton on a drive. Shot knocked out of her hands. Mays at the buzzer, missed it. We head to overtime. A lot of contact as Peyton Hall went to the bucket. The ball found its way to Meredith Mays. She just couldn't quite finish it. And we'll play 5 extra minutes in Abilene.
Oh, man. Thought that one would be tough down the stretch. And Meredith Mays had it fall in her lap, and that one just can catch you off guard sometimes.
Catch your breath. We're not done. Extra basketball this afternoon. WAC basketball on ESPN+. All tied inside Moody Coliseum. 40 minutes was not enough, 76 apiece. 5 extra minutes here. Andy Penny alongside Chris Jarrett. Wildcats had a look there in the final possession, just could not get the shot in.
Yeah, and that one, it's Peyton Hull downhill, maybe thinking that you'd get a foul call there, but the ball just lands right in the lap of Meredith Mays. And again, knowing that is the buzzer going to go off, or a lot of things can go in your through your mind in that really quick, short branch of time. But here we go. We go to overtime now, and there's a couple of things to really set the table. Foul trouble. Chloe Webb enters with 30 points, but she's got 4 personals. That was where a lot of the offense came down the stretch.
Wildcats win the tap. Bella Earl's got a run out. She's fouled on the layup attempt. As Mays won the tip, tipped it to the offensive side. You'll see here.
And a good chance for Bella Earl to finish, but just left it short off the rim. And Wildcats need to be better than 55% from the free throw line to close it out.
Just 11 for 20. How different does this look if they're 12 for 20?
Correct. Yeah.
Nonetheless, extra basketball. Earl hits the first. And the second. It's a 20-point afternoon for Bella Earl. Who is the second scorer behind Chloe Webb in this set? Webb will drive baseline, kick it. Graham deflects it. Hull saves it. Barros touches it last. It's Wildcat basketball. This is the hard part without Barrington and Lemon on the floor. Who is the second scoring option?
Yeah. No, it is a smaller look, but Emily Sewell is out there and really has to be the size as a 6'3" junior. But yeah, again, it's definitely a change of pace where you've got to try to adjust and dig into your bench and see what works. It's been a lot of Chloe Webb, but again, with sitting at 4 fouls, that could change really quick.
Hull is posting up Webb down on the inside. Mays will get a touch at the free throw line. Graham, 3 on the right side, too strong. It's a double-double now for Meredith Mays, her 10th rebound. New 20-second shot clock. Graham with 7. Earl, top of the key, step back 3. Got it! A new career high. Bella Earl, she's got 23.
And 13 boards, 6 assists.
2 to Barros. And Tua gets it back, hits in the paint. Back to a 1-possession game.
14 threes is insane. And that's what ACU has done. They've just knocked down their shots and trusted their shooters. And it's really tough as a defensive unit when your opponent's making those shots.
Here's Hull on a drive. It's crazy to look. Hull still just with 8 today. The leading scorer for the Wildcats. 3 on the clock. Thornton a jump stop. Shot up. Mays a putback. She's got 12. Check that, 13 and 11 boards. 2-possession game. Tua right side, left-handed dribble. Works against Mays. Webb a 3, right side. Falls out. Last touch by the Wildcats. Check out Meredith Mays and the athleticism here. On the putback. Catches it in the air, puts it back up and in.
Just crashes, just right off the screen, turns and sees how much open floor. And to her, that's a routine play, right? You turn and you look, but it's at the spot of the game and how big that is for her team. That's the big takeaway.
Webb versus Earl. Left-handed layup. Left it short. 2.5 to go, halfway through overtime number 1. I say overtime number 1, it might not be the last one.
Correct.
Patient set here for the Wildcats. Thornton with the screen, top of the key. Works on Barros and a reach in here on Felipa Barros. It's her 3rd. And free throws here for the Wildcats.
This is what ACU can do is they can rotate. They can give Meredith Mays a breather and bring in Emma Troxel because of the foul trouble. California Baptist can't. Their bigs are fouled out at this point where Barrington would be in. And it's a really difficult spot to try and rotate and keep fresh bodies. Jared Olson really just has to run what he's got on the floor, and you see a lot of hands on hips for CBU.
Some healthy conversation going on the floor between players. The officials are having to come in and discuss the conversation, and now Jared Olson has called over the officials. The official's going to look at something again. And looks like a full timeout has also been called.
There's a media timeout on the table.
83-78, Wildcats have a 5-point lead. They'll be at the free throw line when we come back. Overtime here in Abilene. And back to Abilene, you can get a look at what the officials are talking about here. The ACU team was starting to huddle up for the free throws. Felipa Barros right there in the middle of it, and a little bit of conversation, a little bit of extracurricular there, and the officials come and take a look at it. The officials are together at the half-court circle talking about what this could look like.
Yeah, if you're Peyton Hull, you know, it's tough to do that. Like it's of course it's Barros just, you know, trying to get an ear in there and eavesdrop and see where the move is and see where the ball's going, but you can't do the little shove, even though it was literally nothing. You just kind of put her hands on, but you know, of course, for the officials, they're going to see it and they want to go and review it, and that's what they're talking about right now.
So they are having the conversation. We will find out what the officials are telling us here, as the officials will bring the two coaches together on the far side. We also get the explanation here on the near side table. We will figure that out, but the conversation again is the extracurricular that took place that we just showed you a moment ago, and the official has explained it to Chris. What'd you find out?
Yeah, just a common foul. They were looking at just to see if there was anything excessive or aggressive, and I think they're doing it correctly where they're talking to both of these coaches to explain the process and what they were looking at, because, you know, you see the replay, it does no doubt happen, but just making sure the word that was used was excessive, and it was used repetitively. So making sure that there wasn't a hard shove or anything big, and of course you see right there wasn't.
Cooler heads have prevailed. Free throws for the Wildcats. 2:12 on the clock and a 5-point lead. And Aspen Thornton at the line. Aspen today 2 for 2 at the stripe. A 15-point day. She's played 40 minutes today. So we play extended time here in overtime number 1. Thornton rattles home the first. 15 on Thursday versus Grand Canyon, 16 now today. This is the backside. 6-point game. Barros on the right side, Webb a touch. Chloe going to work, jump stop, shot up, shot good. She's got 32.
And it's the clear option every time down the floor, to the point where maybe you wonder if you try and bring some help over and force someone else to take a shot.
And now a steal. Tua ahead of the defense, but a foul out in the open floor. And I believe Earl fouled Webb. As Webb had the steal, Earl fouled her. And Chloe Webb will go to the line and shoot 2.
We haven't really seen any type of full court pressure from California Baptist tonight, and so for the first time, it rattles the Wildcats, where they've been used to the Lancers retreating and getting back quickly in transition. For the first time, they turn and face pressure, and it results in a turnover.
Webb makes the first. This has been a clean game when you look at turnovers. ACU at 14. California Baptist just 9 turnovers today. 1 for 2 at the line for Webb. It's a 1-possession game. Methodical set here for the Wildcats. Troxel. Boy, Webb almost picked up her 5th. Hole for 3. She's got it.
Matter of time, Andy.
5th Wildcat double figures. She's got 11. And now another foul as Earl fouls Webb, and Chloe Webb back to the stripe. Check out Peyton Hull.
It was a matter of time where she was just sitting 2 for 15 and 2 for 10 from 3. And it's just been one of those games where the freshman Peyton Hall has continued to hoist, and they just didn't go where it feels like everyone else on the roster has been big, knocking down threes. And finally, she gets a big one.
Webb continues to add to her new career high, point number 34. Looks for 35. 87-83. And a steal, Barros the steal. Blocked by Earl, and Bella's got it back. And now a whistle and a foul on the Lancers. Boy, CBU had the steal they wanted. Barros the steal, Earl the block. And free throws coming for the junior Bella Earl.
For Chloe Webb, Andy, 35 is now the most in a game for any WAC player on the women's basketball side this season. Peyton Hall was one of two tied with a 34-point night. Webb's 35 will now stand alone.
Earl on this end continues to add to her new career high. There's point 24. Webb the rebound. Calhoun in a hurry. 1 minute left in Abilene. Webb on a drive, pick, pocket. Thornton's got the steal. And it's a free throw contest with 53 seconds left.
And in a ball game that has been filled with making plays, Aspen Thornton decided that she could make one herself. In a matchup against Chloe Webb, right here, slicing through with help from the freshman Emma Troxel, who's playing with 4 fouls, tight right there. That could be the big spot in the ball game.
Thornton's got the first. Thornton a career high of 26 last year. Closing in on a new season high. 2 for 2 at the line. 90-83 Wildcats. Barros for 3. White an offensive rebound. Calhoun with contact and a Wildcat foul. Thornton the foul. The bucket went, but the official said it was on the floor. We'll see.
Downhill and out of control. That's a clear offensive foul.
The foul is on Thornton. The shot does not count. No continuation.
You don't, of course, you don't need feet set to be an offensive foul. It could be the clear aggressor and player control is what they look for, and it wasn't there.
Calhoun at the line. They did give continuation and a 3-point play. My apologies. So a 3-point play for Calhoun. A timeout on the floor for Julie Goodenough. 90-86 Wildcats, 4-point lead.
Man, just continues to be such a good ball game that we've been treated to here on this Saturday afternoon. And all of this too, Andy. Meredith Mays, how big she's been in this contest, she's been on the bench. She is the first seat at the end of the bench waiting to check back in. But in the meantime, it was a 7-point lead for Abilene Christian with Emma Troxel out there for, kind of checking the box in the size department and playing with 4 fouls. So in case she picks up number 5, Meredith Mays slides back in. But we'll see how things shake down in the final 42 seconds.
Earl with 24, Thornton 18, Mays 13, Hull 11, Traeger 10. 5 Wildcats double figures. Webb has 35, Tua has 15, Barros 10, Lemon 10. Here's a pass stolen by Tua. Earl lets her go with 4 fouls. Tua missed the layup. 3 on the right side by White, too strong. Barros another rebound. Webb on a drive, whistle, timeout by the Lancers.
Just madness. Madness on this end of the floor as they played on. ACU hoping to come away with a rebound and weren't able to scoop in either. That is just a long pass that took a long time to get to Aspen Thornton. Little contact there on both sides. And then this just plays on. This would have been huge if this goes down. It doesn't. Again, a long rebound run out where Barros is right there. And then I would have liked that matchup for Webb to go downhill, but Jared Olson wants to take the 17 seconds, take a timeout. Again, it is a 2-possession contest, so wanting to get a quick shot and a high percentage one at that.
Three-point shooting's been huge today. Wildcats 15 of 38. Lancers are 5 for 30 from deep. They've got 17 on the shot clock in a 2-possession game, down by 4. Webb will inbound on the near sideline. Two on a drive. Kick to Calhoun. Nice look to Barros, who finishes. A whistle and another Julie good enough timeout. Back to a 1-possession game.
The fight from California Baptist that they've shown down the stretch. This was a 7-point game in what seemed like it was really heading strong in one direction. CBU just trusting their scores, and as long as there's been seconds on the clock, they've continued to fight. And it's been really impressive down the stretch.
Emily Sewell is checking in for the Lancers to add some length to this full court pressure we're about to see.
35 seconds ago, this was a 7-point ball game.
The 3-point play by Calhoun. That started the 7-0 run.
21 for 25 for California Baptist at the free throw line today to ACU 17 for 28. They've been making their free throws in overtime. But CBU has done phenomenal today, being clean and a high percentage at the free throw line.
ACU able to advance the ball into the front court with the timeout. Shot clock is off with 16.1 left. And a foul call on the inbound. And I believe Tua had Thornton and Aspen back to the free throw line.
And that's what's so big about that, Andy, is that you're looking at Aspen Thornton now going to the free throw line. The inbound was to Emma Troxel, where she's now maybe the one that gets fouled and goes to shoot free throws. Now it's Aspen Thornton shooting, who's 5 for 6 today.
74% on the year. Got the first. The foul was the 4th on Tua. Chance to make it a 4-point spread. 92-88, 16 seconds left. Coach Olson will take the timeout to advance the ball into the front court. And at this point, a 2-possession game, don't have to settle for the 3.
No, and it's what we talked about too, to end regulation with ACU, the tough percentage that they had at the free throw line into that final possession. It was on the table of maybe you foul and put a tough free throw shooter at the stripe and make them earn it. Now you really have to go quick. And then I think on a make, you really just need to play defense. Try and play defense, see if you can force a trap, because ACU, with what we're looking at, out of timeout, so they can't get themselves out of trouble with calling a timeout. Be watching the clock too to see a 10-second violation. With 16 on the clock right now, the Wildcats could get the ball in their hands with less than 10 seconds. You got to think that the Lancers would be fouling at that point, but here we go.
Tua will inbound in the front court, near sideline. Calhoun between the circles. Webb's got a touch. On a drive, floating shot, got it. 10.3 left.
No timeouts.
Wernley has it in the backcourt, and there's the foul. If they called it on Webb, she just fouled out. They're trying to give it to Calhoun, and Calhoun will get it. Boy, Webb politicked that one, I think. But I believe Calhoun is also fouled out. So Calhoun's day is done. 2 points on the afternoon. She's the 3rd Lancer to foul out. CBU is down to 5 players in uniform.
Yeah, and you've got Sydney White on the floor, who is really in a spot where she's not normally. I mean, she's a good scorer on this team.
Gracie Wernley, 92% free throw shooter at the line. She's got the first.
But Sydney White, the freshman, again, it's just digging deep into the bench.
2 for 2 for Wortley. Timeout on the floor.
Yeah, a use it or lose it, and it clears half court for Jared Olson. And I think the biggest thing is that it saves time with a full timeout now. It saves time of having to cross half court, but you really got to go quick. What's crazy, Andy, to think is the last time we were down here, there was 16 seconds on the clock. All of that, 8 seconds goes off the clock.
You know, I heard a comedian say one time, if I had 5 minutes to live, I'd want to live the last 5 minutes of a basketball game.
Yeah, seriously, this game, especially the second half, has really been slowed down to a crawl, and especially here in overtime, but you're seeing how much of a premium offensive trips have been. It's been a fantastic ball game. ACU with the 16 turnovers, California Baptist with 10, but we've been treated to some really special play and two really good teams here, just duking it out today.
ACU makes the return trip to California Baptist on February 22nd. In this 20-game conference schedule, it's a round robin, the 11 teams in the conference. So 10 opponents, home and home, 20-game conference schedule. Just getting underway too. Boys, if it's anything like this for the next 6 or 7 weeks, all the way to WAC Vegas here in the middle of March, it's gonna be fun.
Really fun. Strapping in. There's 3 freshmen on the floor right now for ACU. But the rotation they've had, they've been able to lean on that young class a lot in this contest.
Barrows to inbound far sideline. Here's Webb, top of the key. 8 seconds left. Barrows a 3 in the corner. She's got it. It's a 1-point game. And now Hall fouled by Webb. And that's Webb's 5th. And Cal Baptist will play the last 3.6 seconds with 4 players on the floor.
You see that one timeout left for Jared Olson, knowing that he's keeping that in his back pocket. Well, that was good from range by Barrows there.
A career day for Chloe Webb, 37 points, 14 of 25 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 37 points, 7 rebounds.
Barrows was 0 for 7 from 3 before that shot that she let fly. And the lone one is, of course, the biggest to go down.
So only 4 players on the floor for CBU. Hall at the line. Got the first. No matter what happens here, it's a 1-possession game, which is absolutely crazy.
And you really want this one.
It's a 3-point game. And here's the timeout for Jared Olson.
That's a huge spot for the freshman Peyton Hall, who's had a heck of a day. A lot of up and down that she's had to endure. And when you're talking about impressive efforts, how long do you got? Because of how much we've seen from both of these teams today, you could spend a good 5 minutes just talking about one player from each team. It's been phenomenal. The effort, and I think both of these teams, what they've seen from their players out on the floor is really a sign of good things to come for both teams. Of course, California Baptist very good and off to a great start, but having to deal with depth and going into your bench and still being in this fight. And for ACU, you can't speak enough about new faces on this team being forced in the spotlight.
The grit for both of these teams. Wildcats have done it without Addison Martin today, who got hurt early. Here's CBU with a possession to send it to double overtime with just 4 players on the floor. Barrows will inbound again in the front court.
This is incredible.
Sewell, Tua, and White, the 3 on the floor with Barrows. White has it. Barrows for 3 at the buzzer. Back rim, no good. The Wildcats survive. What an awesome 45 minutes of basketball. At the end of the day, it's ACU 96, California Baptist 93. The Wildcats moved to 7-7, 3-2 in conference.
Oh,
CBU, their first loss.
Andy, the flashback to the prior trip. To get that shot off, what a look by California Baptist, and what a fight. But you're seeing what a tough place to play in Moody Coliseum. And the fight by both of these teams, an instant classic we just watched unfold in front of our very eyes.
And Coach Julie Goodenough told us when the week started with Grand Canyon and California Baptist both coming to town, this might be the toughest stretch of the entire season. That's a huge win, big momentum builder as we move forward.
That's massive. It's a massive result for a team that really needed it, and a young team that has really had to endure a lot of tough losses so far to start this season. But you see Julie Goodenough right there with her team at half court, how excited they are to get this win. And again, it's always been, well, we've done this right, but still need to clean this up, or done this really well, but still need to get some distance with this. And we saw a 5-quarter effort by the Wildcats to get it done.
Speaking of 5, there's 5 in double figures today. Bella Earl, 24 points, 15 rebounds, the double-double for the junior. Aspen Thornton also with 20 points today. Peyton Hull has 13. Meredith Mays has 13. Claire Traeger has 10 points today for the Wildcats. ACU, 15 of 38 from deep today. 15 three-pointers made for the Wildcats. Are able to get the win. Again, the final score 96-93 as the Wildcats get the win. We are pleased to be joined here courtside with the freshman Meredith Mays. Meredith, a huge game for you today as we look at your stat line today. 13 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double. Congrats on your performance.
Thank you.
Tell me your thoughts on the contest today.
I mean, it was a huge game for us. I feel like we came back really well from the GCU game, and I knew I had to step up because Addie, and she was just encouraging on the bench and screaming for me the whole time, and I felt like our team energy was really good this game.
Yeah, Meredith, tell me about that. When Addison goes down, she turns the ankle. What's your first thought knowing that those minutes are probably coming to you?
My first thought is I just started praying for her because I don't want her to be sitting out,
Right.
but I knew I had to step up, and I knew all the work she does in a game is on ball, off ball, so I know I had to step up a lot.
13 points, 12 rebounds, a lot of those on the offensive end. Just tell me about your game today, especially this putback that you got here. This is a beauty.
Thank you.
Tell me about it.
I mean, I heard the team counting. I wasn't thinking too much, and I just put it back up really quick, and it went in, thank goodness.
And final thing, what momentum this gives your Wildcat team? Talk about the springboard that you'll take from today as you continue Western Athletic Conference play.
I think it does a lot for us knowing that we can compete with anyone, and I think after GCU we needed that, and we have been this close all season in a lot of areas, just a few possessions off of games, and I think this game completed us and made us feel better.
Well, you're on the other side of that today. Congratulations, Meredith Mays, the freshman, a double-double today. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Wildcats win today in an exciting game, 96-93 in overtime. Hey, this has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Until next time, for Chris Jarrett, the whole crew led by Hutton Harris, I'm Andy Penny. So long, take care, good night from Abilene.